Linkin Park, One Step Closer, cleaning out the shed. Well, I ride on a mail train, baby. We can't buy a thrill. Well, I've been up all night, leaning on the windowsill. Name that song, name the artist, and you win the thing. What's up? This is a 5-by. This is the first of a 5-by. Howie's telling me we have a new thing. It's called a 5-by. I'm not sure why 5. Maybe because it's 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 5 days of the week. 5 songs from a particular artist that I have not thoroughly checked out. And that would be Linkin Park this week. The first song we're going to do is One Step Closer to You. And I'm familiar with Linkin Park. I can't tell you I'm an aficionado, but I'm going to get one step closer to that, 5 steps closer this week. See, that was clever how it... Oh, God. Why do you even come listen to me? I don't get it. I really don't. But you're here, and I appreciate it because we need each other. So, Linkin Park is a band that combines different influences. The different members of the band seem to have very different influences. And instead of that being something that kind of tore them apart or made them not want to work together, somehow it inspired them to get creative with their different influences, which I think is what it's all about. We can't all be expected to be influenced by the same bands or the same music. And a lot of great stuff can come from that when we own our influences and are open to what other people's input is. It's really cool what can come out of that, what kind of chemistry and music can come out of that. So enough out of me for now. I am going to pause a lot. Count on it. Okay, here we go. Linkin Park, One Step Closer. Hit it, Howie. Yes. So this is a real music video. This is like produced. And by the way, this is like from their first album. We're going in order here. So that first riff at the beginning of the music video kind of reminded me of like a Michael Jackson production where it's like a story. There's a story here. And it's like a mini little movie. I loved that as a kid. And I really dug the first riff, how they were all together and how they had some choreography going there.
I cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I've said before. All these words, they make no sense. I find bliss in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like...
One thing I always liked about Linkin Park when I heard their music was Chester Bennington's voice. It just didn't sound like anyone else. You knew it was him from the first note, and his vocals were just so emotional, so emotive. And I see here that they were influenced by like emo music. I'm not sure really what emo is. I've always kind of discarded it as I don't mean to offend anybody, but for me, like music is emotional. That's the whole point. It's to express through music, through our art form, what's going on, thoughts, feelings, and all that. But I always got a real sense that he felt his lyrics, and I'm seeing turntables here. It's a hard rock kind of metal sound, and they've got a sound on their first album.
You'll find that out anyway. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge.
Yes.
I'm about to break. I find the answers aren't so clear.
So here's the riff, which I find really interesting. So they're in C sharp. The next note is D sharp. So it's like a ninth. And then you got the sharp 5 to the 5 to the dominant 7. It sounds like it's an ominous. If you play it slow, there's no way to get around the tension. It is angsty as the lyrics are, as the vocal is. It really goes. It's either like creepy if you play it slow. That ninth, seventh, and the sharp 5 create that tension. Here, those notes are, with the pedal being the center of the tonality, C sharp. I really dig that riff. And that's something you can hum as an audience member. You can sing it when you're at the show and be like, with the head and everything, and boom, boom, da, 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 da. You just sing it even if you can't sing. And it's like such a singable, memorable riff that they're all in it together. And that's another thing I want to say about them. It seems like these guys together are on some kind of a mission. I don't know if that was true, but it just feels that way to me, which makes them feel more like a band. They've got a common objective.
I find the answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear.
I really, really like when it's not just one singer. That two people are sharing the lead vocals, to me, makes the music really interesting. And Mike has got an incredible voice too. Like you might as well use all the talent that you have in the band to create your sound.
Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away over and over again.
Very angsty, very, very emotional, very angsty and agitated. There's a lot of agitation here.
Seems to go away over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me.
He has a range.
And I'm about to break. I need a little room to break. 'Cause I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge. And I'm about to break. I need a little room to break. 'Cause I'm one step closer to the edge. And
God, they're so young and have such a sound. I mean, I'm hearing here why they got so big. They're so appealing. Their musicality is incredible. The drummer, which to me is the most important person in a band, is amazing. His name happens to be Rob Burden. Borden? Is it Borden or Burden? I don't know how to pronounce his name. That's how unfamiliar with this band. But he's killer. I mean, you can't have this band without the engine, which is the drummer. Amazing.
I need a little room to breathe, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
Yes. I love the blend of technology, digital world, drum loops, synthesizers, MIDI, with guitars going through amplifiers and drum sets. I love the blend. It always has appealed to me when it's done in a way that's super musical, that enhances the music. And there's my phone, which is really nice. And yeah, so we're going to decline that call and keep going. Dynamics.
Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up when I'm talking to you.
Yes. I love the sound of records scratching is, to me, such a musical element. It's always appealed to me. Like, that's such a cool sound to put in rock music. I mean, this is, to me, like, I listen to this and I hear rock and roll with a lot of other stuff in there. But to me, like, the main thing going on here is rock and roll music. And I said this before about the drummer, but I will also say that without these incredible vocals, what do you have? I mean, I obviously got to turn my phone off because I'm hearing so many sounds from it. But dude, these vocals are incredible. What a gift Chester had. It's metal. And there's screaming going on here, like this screaming kind of vocal. There's a lot vocally going on here, which is really interesting. So the riff in the chorus is kind of an extension of the riff in the verse. And I like, they didn't have to use so it's C sharp octave, dominant 7, 5, sharp 5, 4, 5, and then they could have gone to the third, but they went to the flat 9. So they went a half step above the root, which is another more ominous way to put things. There's no more tension than, God, I really want to get to the root. It sounds much different than, doesn't that sound a lot less angsty? I always dig trying to figure out why they made these choices. And that it works. It works. It works for the song. All these little riffs. A riff is a short musical phrase. Coming up with a riff is, first of all, a great way to start writing a song. But the riffs that you come up with, that's what your audience members are going to remember you by. Like the Rolling Stones. Bum bum ba doo da ba da doo da doo da da ba doo da ba ba doo ba. They played that like 300 times during the song, and people walk down the street, and that's what they sing. When you hear that riff, you think the Rolling Stones. When you hear this riff, you think Linkin Park. Riffs, signature riffs, musical phrases for the sound of your band. They're not that hard to write a riff. Anyone who plays an instrument can sit down and write a riff right now. Just stick with it and write a song and keep doing it. The difference between them and you is that they did it and you didn't do it yet. So if you haven't done it, do it. That's what I'm saying. Write songs, write riffs, and write a song around a riff. This is not, this is not rocket science here. These are not like super complex things that they're doing. They're born out of their musical influences and their knowledge of their instruments, and that they just play all the time and they just sit down and write these riffs. Okay, let's make a song. Go. Bam. Boom.
I need a little room to breathe. 'Cause I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break everything you say to me. 'Cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe. 'Cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
And okay, so then the other thing emotionally is this appeals to everybody because we all feel this way sometimes. Some of us can express it. Some of us keep it inside. And when a band comes out with a song like this that gives us that, oh my God, I feel that way too. I'm about to go freaking out of my face. It helps us in life. And it makes us want to go on their bandwagon because they're saying they're conveying something that we all feel. I mean, who hasn't been in that going out of my freaking mind where I'm about to snap? Everyone's felt that way. And what a perfect representation of that in this song. And apparently this album went 12 times platinum. It won a Grammy Award. And this put them on the map, and I see why. It's musically on a very high level. The vocals are incredible. The blending of and they have a sound. They've got their sound. It is you can see what it's made of, but it's their sound. And it seems like they had it from the first album. And I will say, what a tragedy I considered Chester Bennington one of the greatest modern vocalists, of the last 20 years. Every time I heard him, I was like, didn't they have a song like in a popular, like a Transformers movie or something? And I knew it was him. I knew it was him. And no one sounded like him. God bless him. What an incredible musician. And I'm looking forward to checking out more. So I hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. I'm really excited now, as you can tell. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave comments, but not mean ones. Don't litter my page with mean things. I don't like that. Not that it offends me. It's just like, it's just gross. Leave nice comments or constructive comments. Have a musical day.